Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. On our way down, I greet you honor and I welcome honor for this early morning Thursday broadcast. Today happens to be the 16th day in the month of February in the year of 2023. This month is election month for the people who still believe in Nigeria, and for those of us and those of them who still believe in our struggle for the liberation and Biafra restoration. One on our way down, and we welcome you all also at this broadcast. In fact, if this is your first time of joining this program, my dear, you are highly welcome. We welcome you in the mighty name of Chukwuka. Please, as we proceed, if you are not subscribed to my channel, I want you to do that anytime soon. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Please let us take this urgent news that is on our hand here. It happens to be a breaking news because this one, I don't know whether I will say it totally my heart, I be not totally my heart, but something got to be done. You get the point now, my people. Federal government breaking news. Federal government summons a Finnish ambassador over Simon Ekpa's threats to bar elections in the southeastern part of the country. One this one no be here. This one a greater news for the people of Nigeria. Well, without taking much of your time, please let us take the news as it ought to be. Tighten your seatbelt because we are about to take off right very moment. Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Tuesday, on Thursday, summoned the Finnish ambassador also over misinformation or disinformation or hate speech and the incentive comment made by a Nigerian Finnish lawyer and Biafran agitator Simon Ekpa, which many fear could derail the peaceful conduct of 2020 general election. But this election of 2023, I'm not seeing anything peaceful there because the country is in a total breakdown. That's the Yuba used to say you are doing breakdown of law and order, because look at the streets of every state. There's no peace there. People are hungry, no fuel and no naira to spend. Just like what Mazen Namdi said on 17th day of June in the year of 2021. He said a day shall come, he said it like a prophecy, where you will be looking for your money. I mean your own money in your banks, but you cannot find none. That prophecy will have lingered for over a year and before it comes to manifestation, and so life will be. So all these are our prophets that will tell you, wait for your blessing next tomorrow, my dear. That one na format too. Where you keep money, where one go take for next tomorrow. Now so they will prophesy. Empty your pocket. No. Mau na ba. One day, jura because nda undori. I shake my head. I beg you, let us continue with our news. At the meeting with the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria, Lena Palavanenian. Now this name, I swear to God, make it 30. Foreign Affairs Minister Geoffrey Onyema, expressed displeasure over the orders given by the Simon Ekpa to his teaming followers, who consequently embarked on killings, maiming, burning, and other destructive activities. Chineke, this one is very serious, so my dear people, please give me your listening ear because a lot is still to come. The Ekpa-led faction of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, had reportedly declared that elections will not be allowed to hold in the southeastern and had declared the period of the elections as sit-at-home period. How can this be possible? Anyway, you can't force people not to vote. You can't force people to vote as well. Just like what is happening in some factions of this very country, whereby some Bale and some Igwe and some governors have been threatening their subject. If you don't vote for me, you are going to die. We are going to chase you out. That's exactly what Simon Ekpa is doing here now. How can you force people? They must enforce it at home. Just make it open. One, if you still believe in the country called Nigeria, go out there and exercise your vote. If you don't believe, then do what? Be inside your home. Do not go anywhere. Simple as that. Because you can't be forcing people against their fundamental human rights. It's not done in any way, even in any international law court. One day, it is not done. Not because you see these people as gullibles, they like to do follow. That is why you have taken that advantage to enforcing people in sit at home. Even when the people you are forcing to sit at home, they don't want to sit at home. You will then use thugs and other factions to force them to sit at home. Anyone that refuses, either their shop being burnt or their source of livelihood will be deprived from them. It is very, very bad. I condemn it, my dear. I'm not a respecter of anybody, and I'm not a supporter of evil. I must always stand on the truth anytime, any day. Even if you put gun on my neck, I will still tell you this thing I'm telling you now. Okay, get the point now, eh? Well, let's proceed. The minister, who was represented by the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Zubairu Dada, said Ekpa's action is fast becoming a threat to the forthcoming election, and that the federal government will not take it lightly with him and the Finland government if nothing drastic is not done. Now it has become an international and national case. But anyway, whatever way it is, one day, it won't come in, if now you're larger for Yoruba land. According to Dadao, Simon Ekpa is living in the comfort of his home in Finland and dishing out dangerous orders to his followers not to allow elections to hold, which is threatening the peace of the southeastern part of Nigeria. We thought it was important for us to have this chat with you to let you know that of course he is living in the comfort of his home there in Finland, and we know that we have been in touch with your good self, Dada said. We have had some time to ensure that we arrest this situation, but it appears the situation is getting out of hand, and we are saying enough is enough. We should let you know in very strong terms that it is high time you really mean and back Nigeria with the quest that something is done immediately, because it threatens the forthcoming general elections or selections. The certain is that this gentleman has a lot of followers out there, and the moment he issues these instructions, what happens is that you have the destruction. You have the destruction the very next day. Of course, they embark on killings, maiming, burning, you name it, and we believe this is not acceptable in Biafra land or in the Nigerian government. We are fighting for the people, and we are making sure that the people we are fighting for have their life and preserve it, not for you to be issuing statements and other warnings, keneko, that will endanger the lives of those people you are fighting for. That is not what Biafra agitation or Biafra freedom is meant for. That's so I tell you, it is important to get to know that these elections are being threatened by the actions of someone, and that something needs to be done immediately to address the situation. This is in essence is why we thought it was important for us to have this discussion with you, so as to let you know that our concerns and the displeasure of the government of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria on this very unhealthy development. Responding, Vawulence said that while they are watching to see how this fits into the legal framework of Finland, the personality in question is a double citizen, and there is a need to take his rights into consideration, according to the foreign minister, according to the chancellor, the foreign minister of Finland in Nigeria. She described it as an irritant in the relation between Nigeria and Finland, which are celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relations this year. The Finnish envoy said it has been 60 years of excellent cooperation, bilaterally and on international fora, and they cannot trade such for anything, as the issue is such a serious concern to Finland and efforts are ongoing to address it. Get the point now, eh? You get the point. This is something I want to make very, very clear. Finland condemns all violence and incitement to violence in all its forms. Political aims, of course, should be pursued through political means only. That is very clear. She said, it stems from the fundamentals of our actions. It is enshrined in our constitution, and we do really underline our support and the importance we see for these elections, not only for Nigeria, but for the entire region. So we are with you very much on time. We share very much the concern regarding the security situations in the southeast. Yes, there are problems in other parts of the country as well, but this is an issue that we are directly concerned with. This is an issue we have been discussing. We share the concerns. We have discussed the matter, and as I mentioned, our law enforcement agencies are in touch and cooperating. You get the point now? We do have this irritant, as you call it, on our bilateral agenda, and it is a topic on which we have been cooperating. Our authorities have been cooperating. There have been contacts between the law enforcement agencies of Nigeria and Finland on this topic. We have had several discussions here in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which we do appreciate very much, because you said this is an issue of national concern to Nigeria nationally, but it is very much a concern for us as well, according to the Prime Minister of the Finland. Finland, of course, as a member of the European Union, has been part and parcel of these efforts. We have our own long-term observers on the ground at the moment. We are very much interested in the safe and secure conduct of these elections throughout the country. Information has been shared, and we hope for more of that in order for all authorities to do their job, and that is to investigate really what is going on and to see how this fits into the legal framework of Finland, because we are, of course, speaking of a Finnish citizen. You get the point now? Okay. Also, he is double citizen as far as I know. Nigeria and Finland, and he is therefore, as you said, as rightly said, protected and safe and sound in his home in Finland. But we have to take this his right into consideration as well. So everything has to be obviously be done according to Finnish regulations, which was very strong protection for freedom of speech. Yes, so freedom of speech. Okay, causing violence in another man's country. You said his right will be protected when freedom of speech is involved. Okay, but of course, stipulations against hate speech and incitement of violence for us, the situation is really of concern on three accounts. Even you could say it is of concern most of us all, of course, on the ground in the southeast, but also what we have seen over the recent weeks, caused by this young man called Mazi and Mr. Simon Ekpa. So my good people, na to we take Siamo. Please make on a hold on, make I charge my mouth. I be make I recharge my mouth. Make I drink water. I will be right back. So my good people, we have another breaking news here. IPOB vindicated again as court disbands Ebubago, declares the outfit a terror and operation tool. You hear them? Okay, now when we went with the shout before, said this Ebubago is not good for our people. The APC and the East occupants and the one they are sponsoring, they are busy attacking us. That because we don't want, we are the one that is inciting, what do they call it? How do they call it? That inciting violence. That is why we don't want the Bubago. But now it has been proven beyond every reasonable doubt that the Bubago is a militia group that is based on killings and maiming of our innocent people. Chai, this one is with my heart, no be small. Anyway, let us read the news to know exactly what they have done this time around. I warrant the court to tell them we don't need on again. Make on just carry on a kaya. They will come. The Federal High Court in Ebonyi State has on Tuesday, 14th February 2023, on the day of I love you, I love you, I love you. That is of Valentine's Day. Declared Ebubago a militia at a terrorist outfit, illegal and hence disbanded. The court delivered this ruling following the Ebubago operatives abduction and torture of the director for media and publicity in Ebonyi State, People's Democratic Party (PDP) governorship campaign organization, Mr. Abia Onyeike. But let me make this thing clear to you people. Now you have disbanded Ebubago. Be rest assured that insecurity in these two states will be on a highest order. You people have created monsters now. We have given them guns, and most of them have 2-3 guns. Even maybe you have given them one, but due to their illegal and atrocity they are committing, they have getting more guns, because this is the ones that also form that unknown gunmen, killing policemen and military, taking their weapons. Most of them have different kind of arms in their various homes. As you disband them, do you raid their homes? Do you raid all their hideouts to make sure that you get everything that have to do with ammunition out from them? The answer is no. You just disband them by mouth. Now, watch out for what is going to happen in those two states. Now, they will be kidnapping. They will be even killing people, taking their eyes on daily basis in a broad daylight. This one is not at night again. That's simple the truth. That is what politicians always do. Now it's time for election. They will buy any kind of guns, AK-47, 49, 4010, 4011, and the rest of them, and give them for them to go and intimidate voters and get what they want. When they get to office, all these ones, they will settle them with the guns. In other words, the insecurity will keep on multiplying. Nigeria, which way forward? Chai, I weep for the poor, because the gullibles and the poor are the ones at the helm of all these affairs. How do we get to this point? Nigeria, that is the question that is left for all our sycophants in government offices, never do well politicians that have vowed that this country will never remain the same. The judgment ordered the total and immediate scrapping of Ebubago militia, directing the Department of State Service (DSS) and police to confiscate all arms and logistics in their possessions of the outfit operatives. It further stated that Ebonyi State House of Assembly has no power to approve such illegal security outfit in the state. Okay, let me make this clear to each and every one of you. This man called Dave Umahi and what do they call it? And hope of them might use this Ebubago militia to cash out in a big time. Now, the person that is at the forefront of the idea of Ebubago is Dave Umahi. Dave Umahi time have expired in the office as a governor. He's going out. He's going to Senate. So he's no more be handling the affairs of the state. Now, he have found them not worthy again to continue. Despite the fact that the activities are illegal. Now we have found them not worthy to lead the state again because he's going out. He will now disband them. Maybe in one word or the other, he have found out that in that very state that APC will never take over that seat again. Mark my word, that is exactly what happened. He unleashed all these hungry lions on the street who have abandoned all their source of income for how many years now? For the past 8 years that this government come into place. Now you will unleash them now to go out there now to take care of the ones that remains of the crime perpetrated by Fulani herdsmen. That is why you see Nigeria keep dying on daily basis. May God help the poor. That is the only thing I have to say. Beginning to recount the atrocities committed by the members of this criminal outfit, codenamed Ebubago Security Outfit, formed by governors in the southeast, not governors, formed by APC governors. Please make this in clear, because the PDP governors never supported them. Biafra land is mind disturbing. These criminals held Biafra land under seals, terrorizing the people with impunity. Their activities include wanton destruction of lives and properties, kidnapping, arson, robbery, etc., etc. They have usually operated as joint task force with the Nigerian police, army, and civil defense agents, causing havoc in the region. Ebubago has been a killer squad disguised as a security outfit. Okay, now I just know now after the 8 years. Do you know how many innocent blood these people have wasted in our land? Do you know how many? They are the likes of Amateku. Amateku is there doing a nice job. That's the one thing with Igbo, anything that Igbo people form. My brother, even during the time of when they're talking about Bakassi. Yeah, Bakassi came earlier and they did a very nice job. But at the point, their faith was compromised by politicians and they started to act the other way around. That is Nigeria. That is Igbos for you. Amidst all this, the indigenous people of Biafra, through Ima Powerful, the movement, media, and publicity secretary, have released several statements condemning and calling for the disbandment of this dreaded government-instituted terrorists in Biafra land. IPOB have on various occasions declared that Ebubago operatives are criminals and must be stopped in Biafra land, thereby calling on the governors to discontinue them and their activities. IPOB have in so many press releases exposed directly the evil intent behind the creation and sponsorship of this killer squad littered across southeast and sugar-coated as Ebubago security to the public. Some of these ulterior motives as exposed by the IPOB includes arresting, harassing, intimidation, and the destruction of both perceived political oppositions, government oppositions, and peaceful agitators, all in the southeastern part of the country. Ebubago has demonstrated so much cruelty by burning people's houses, burning marketplaces, kidnapping and killing innocent civilians at will. For over 2 years of Ebubago's operation, IPOB have been constant on reporting and calling for an end to Ebubago atrocities in Biafra land. It is on record that Ebubago operatives were responsible for the murder of over 14 civilians who attended a wedding ceremony in Olu, Imo State. Ebubago is also responsible for the burning down of a Kototu market in the same Imo State. The kidnapping innocent civilians in and around Olu also axis, and recently the burning down of Ikenga Ugochinyere Imo's home in Idato, all in Imo State. Ebubago is responsible for the killing of a Catholic priest, civilians, and other government perceived enemies in Ebonyi State. These and more are anti-people activities carried out by these hoodlums masquerading as state security outfit. This one, it pained my heart very well. To this end, Ebubago is responsible for several deaths, murder, and the destruction of properties of individuals across Biafra land, amounting to billions of naira. IPOB stood alone and lonely in condemning their atrocities and confronting them, while the government-controlled media usually give cover to their atrocities across Southeast. While they move with joint task force, committing crimes, Fulani herdsmen terrorists were busy maiming and killing innocent civilians across Biafra land without rescue from them or condemnation from any government authorities. Where is Ebubago when Fulani herdsmen from Benue State and Nasarawa invaded Amufu community and displaced a community that has over 70 or 90,000 inhabitants of their ancestral lands? Where are the Ebubagos? This story is no sweet at all, because these people, the activities is well known. But the most painful part of it is that when they do all these things, you find out that the security operatives that is operating with them and know exactly what happens will not even do any single investigation. Within the next 30 minutes, you find them at all these brown envelope media houses where they will tell you that all these acts is being perpetrated by IPOB and ESN. What an irony of government, or what an irony of kind of people we find on our midst on this day. This parent court decision proved beyond doubt that IPOB has been absolutely right for over 2 years and 5 months about the illegalities and bad motives behind the formation of Ebubago in Biafra land. Indeed, this court ruling has vindicated IPOB on her position about Ebubago activities in Biafra land. And though this court intervention is coming very late, very late, it's a right step at the right direction. According to the court, anyone who henceforth sees a person or persons bearing guns or parading in the name of Ebubago should treat them as criminals. Ngwana, let us see what happens. Whether what did they call the Hopus of Danger or the Hopus of Demma and Devil Mahi, whether they will agree to this ruling or not, because small time now you find them that they will go to Supreme Court to challenge the ruling. Of course, that is how they are good in doing. Is it not Supreme Court that met the Hopus of Demma governor of Imo State after coming fourth in the election? Then the fourth become the first. It can't be like that when they write the Bible in Bible. Say the first shall be the last, while the last shall be the first. It happened in Imo State 4 years ago. So, and maybe this time around, they will challenge the ruling at the Supreme Court of Nigeria. We know the level now. Chai. These people here, and I know will kill me with this on a court of 18. Supreme Court where don't go rule. They don't rule finish. You can't all say person where don't even buy form to contest for elections, saying I am the winner. Ew, Nigeria, why? Supreme Court of Nigeria, why? On a shame, they shame me. I swear, my father. On a shame, they shame me. They shame me very well. I laugh in Bangladesh. According to the court, anyone who henceforth sees a person or persons bearing guns or parading in the name of Ebubago should be treat them as criminals. I'm gonna hear them this general public because more time now when I begin to shake, they panic like undone my mind. Make una hear them and hear them very clear. If you see them anywhere, when they visit you or they come to your shop and say, oh, we are Bubago, don't tell them, say, you are a criminal, you have been disbanded by the court of competent jurisdiction. You get the point now? As the people are well excited for the landmark court judgment, Biafrans must take note of this wonderful development and report anyone going about as an Bubago operatives in Biafra land through the phone lines of inquiry provided by the IPOP Directorate of State, DOS. This news is brought to you or brought to us and written by Oguwike KC. And then who the person that edited it, his name by Oga CS Madabuchi for Family Writers Press International of Nigeria. Now where this news they come from. So my go-to people, as I don't hear them, make gonna just put them into practice. Make gonna just know. Rest assured that IPOB and ESN have been do what? Vindicated again as a court. Don't disband the militia group coded name Ibubago in the Imo State and the Ebonyi State, because that is the two states they are operating, the two APC states, and the governors know them and they know the governors. That is to say, my sheep know me and I know my sheep. You get the point now? And the way they use the insecurity they cash out in our own land. Imagine the chief security of the state, we're supposed to protect lives and property. In turn, it is the other way around. They turn to destroy the lives and property of those people that are put in their care for them to take care of. Well, what an irony of the kind of governors we are finding in our midst in this present day Nigeria. So my go-to people, like here, I go take the cat, pack my car, they go, because toko without stopping, it's gonna make me have headache. So my people, we're gonna enjoy our time, enjoy your Thursday, because we don't go. So ekere my time, I beat my ekere, it don't knock. Kwarapu. Have a nice day, my people. Bye for now. Kemesiano.